As I record this video, it's the middle of March, and this is the time of year where most families are at the point in the process with their student where you're starting to receive the majority of your financial aid award letters. And you're starting to look at and compare one school's financial aid package to another. Well, a lot of families, when they get those figures, they're a little bit overwhelmed as they start to look at what do those numbers mean and what is the overall impact going to be long term. And they start to think about how can we potentially bring these numbers down. Well, one of the ways that families can do that most are not aware of is actually the appeals process and going back to the school to try to get them to lower your costs by improving the financial aid award that they have given you. So in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is what that process looks like, when it might make sense to do that as opposed to not, and then what are some of the key things that you want to keep in mind as you go through that process with your student. I'm Mike Bink, founder and president of Equivest Financial Advisors and Beyond the 529, the YouTube channel dedicated to helping you become a more educated consumer of college education. Equivest Financial Advisors is a full-service fiduciary wealth management firm. We help you develop comprehensive strategies to achieve all of your financial goals. We specialize in late-stage college planning and can help you identify strategies that will lower your cost of college by thousands of dollars. From increasing your financial aid and scholarships to identifying those schools that are going to give your student the most money, we can help you develop a plan that's going to lower your cost of college and help you protect your family's retirement. To learn more about how you can become our client and get your plan started today, please click on the button in the description below. So as you think about whether or not to appeal a financial aid award that you've received from a school, there are really two primary scenarios where that's going to make sense. The first one is if you've got a student with an exceptional academic record and they've received significant merit from a particular school and you want to try to get the same type of merit aid from a different school. The second scenario is one where there's some specific financial circumstances or unusual circumstances that your family has come across that would greatly impact the amount of financial need that your family is going to have and ultimately what you can afford on the cost of college. Those special circumstances can vary significantly by family, but some common ones are job loss or reduced income. Maybe you've had a death in the family that's going to impact your family's ability to pay for college. Those are some of the most common ones, but again, those are going to be unique based on your family scenario. As I record this video in early 2021, obviously we're right on the heels of COVID-19, and most families were significantly impacted in 2020 from a financial standpoint. So there's going to be a lot of chances and a lot of opportunities there for families to work with their schools if your financial circumstances have changed to try to improve your position. As far as when you submit the appeal, there are no hard and fast rules about when that has to happen. You can really do it anytime, and usually it's going to be best to do it as soon as you've had your circumstance change or as soon as you've identified that there might be a potential opportunity to get more merit aid from a school that your student is really interested in. With regards to the process that you would go through for appealing, every school has their own process. Although they might not advertise it on their website because they're not necessarily looking to welcome appeals, you are ultimately going to want to reach out to either the admissions office or the financial aid office to find out what the steps for that particular process are at the university that your students might be interested in. Regardless of whether or not the school has one step or multiple steps that you need to follow, you want to follow their instructions and you want to try to keep things as clear and concise as you possibly can. So for example, if your family has lost income and that's ultimately why you're trying to appeal, when you go through the process, you don't want to just simply say to the school, well, we've lost some income and we can't afford it, so can you please give us more money? Chances are something like that is not going to be highly effective in terms of getting additional aid. But rather, you want to be as specific as you possibly can. And it's very important that you try to document as much as you possibly can to the school to give them as much information as they need to make it hopefully an easy decision for them to ultimately give you more of that aid. Most schools will require some type of letter where you document why you're appealing for aid. So again, that's where the clarity comes in. But every school's process is a little bit different, and that's where it can become cumbersome sometimes, especially if your student has applied to a lot of schools that they're still considering. To learn more about other free sources of money for college, in addition to appealing for more aid, please make sure to check out my other video, Free Money for College, where I cover all of the different sources of free money that are out there that you can take advantage of. If your family has a younger student that isn't quite to the stage where they're appealing awards yet, what's really critical to set up a positive appeal process is that you really understand the schools that your student wants to apply to and how your student is going to fit at those schools when it comes to need-based and merit-based aid. Because positioning your student at the schools that they are interested in the right ways, or at schools where they're going to be highly in demand, is going to give you a much better chance of maximizing the amount of aid that you might be able to get when the time comes. So again, if you're interested in getting help with that process, please make sure to click the link in the description below to learn how you can become our client, and we can help you develop a plan to maximize your potential for appealing and again, getting the most financial aid that your family possibly can. If you like this video and you found the information to be helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up below and share with your family and friends. And if you want additional videos to help you become a more educated consumer of college funding, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure to click that notification bell to get weekly notifications each time a new video is posted. Thank you and good luck going beyond the 529.